We all feel it sometimes. No matter how much we love, there's still something missing deep inside. Or maybe we thought we needed to find someone truly special, someone who could finally make us feel complete. We often assume that happiness in love is about finding the right person and building a life together. But there's another perspective, a simple truth many don't truly acknowledge. Before we can truly love another, perhaps we first need to learn to love ourselves. Life has taught me that this right person isn't found by relentlessly searching. They appear when you've stopped desperately chasing, when you finally feel enough and at peace with who you are. At that point, you don't need to run around looking anymore. Instead, you radiate a genuine light, and the person who truly fits you will naturally sense that light and gravitate towards you. It's not mysterious, it's simply the way life unfolds. Wholehearted, not perfect, just at peace with yourself. Many tend to think that being wholehearted means having everything, a flawless life, perfect looks, or immense success. But that's not what I mean by wholehearted. It doesn't demand a life free of mistakes. Being wholehearted simply means you no longer depend on others' emotions to feel worthy. You can find joy on your own, face sadness, and comfort yourself. Being wholehearted is when you look in the mirror and feel okay with what you see. You accept the lines time has drawn on your face, the past stumbles, or even the parts of yourself you're not thrilled about, yet you can still smile, embracing all of it as you. When we stubbornly refuse to acknowledge these parts, they don't vanish. They just hide deep in our minds, only to resurface unexpectedly, making us feel insecure, or worse, unconsciously blaming others, demanding they fill the voids we refuse to face within ourselves. This constant chase for an external image to hide what we don't accept about ourselves can be exhausting. But when you dare to look honestly, to accept even those darker shades, you'll find yourself feeling much more complete and grounded. That's when you truly stop trying to find someone to fix you. It's like untying an invisible rope that's been binding you, a rope called self-rejection. Once that rope is loose, you can truly walk freely. And this brings us to something many still shy away from, the shadow within each of us. Not the physical shadow on the ground, but the psychological shadow, a concept Carl Jung explored deeply. This shadow is the sum of all the aspects we refuse to acknowledge about ourselves, our fears, our weaknesses, our unattractive desires, times we've acted poorly, even suppressed talents we're afraid of. We often try to bury them deep in our unconscious, as if out of sight, out of mind. But you know what? That shadow is still there. It doesn't disappear. It just waits for an opportunity to surface, to control us unconsciously. Sometimes, it makes us overreact, get angry for no clear reason, or become so insecure we freeze. More frighteningly, it leads us to unconsciously project our own shadow onto others. This means we see in others the very things we don't accept in ourselves, and we judge them, criticize them, or feel uncomfortable around them. For example, if you constantly try to appear strong and reject your own vulnerability, you might feel very uncomfortable seeing others express theirs. Or if you suppress your anger, you might easily get frustrated with those who openly express theirs. When we don't embrace our shadow, we unconsciously seek someone else to carry that part for us. We might look for an incredibly strong person to compensate for the vulnerability we refuse to admit. Or a perpetually cheerful person to hide the sadness we won't face. That's when we look for a soulmate, not out of love, but to complete what we feel we lack. But relationships built on such voids are fragile and often fall apart, because no one can truly carry another's shadow indefinitely. Being wholehearted is precisely this process, daring to look directly at your own shadow, daring to name those fears, weaknesses, and imperfect parts. Not to torment yourself, but to accept them as integral parts of who you are. When you say, "Yes, I also have moments of weakness," or "I've also been selfish at times," and you can still smile with that knowledge, that's when you're integrating your shadow into your complete self. It no longer controls you. You no longer need someone else to hide it. At that point, you'll not only feel more complete but also experience a deep inner peace. You no longer need to act or strive for perfection. You are authentically you, with all that entails, and that is an unparalleled strength. Signs that you are becoming wholehearted: you start saying no to things you don't want to do, without feeling guilty or burdened. Before, you might have forced yourself to say yes, fearing you'd upset others or be judged. Now, you understand that self-respect is paramount. This not only protects your energy but also shows you're beginning to live authentically, no longer letting fears dictate your actions. You are slowly taking control of your life, putting yourself first in a healthy way. That feeling of lightness when you decline something you don't wish to do is a clear sign. You no longer feel obligated to sacrifice your own well-being for others' approval. You allow yourself to rest, to relax, without needing to prove anything to anyone. You no longer feel guilty when taking time for yourself, because you know you deserve to recharge. This permission shows you've stopped seeking external validation. You grant yourself happiness and inner peace. You understand that a healthy mind needs nurturing, just like a plant needs water and light. You don't need to post on social media to show you're chilling or living your best life. You genuinely chill because you want to, because your body needs it, and your soul reaps the benefit. You know how to comfort yourself when you're sad, instead of immediately seeking someone to vent to or burden with your emotions. You learn to embrace your sadness, to allow yourself to feel it, and then to find your own way through it. This doesn't mean you're alone or don't need others. It means you're strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet, to face inner storms without disturbing others. You know you can overcome challenges, and that's an admirable inner strength. Tears might fall, but your spirit doesn't crumble. You allow yourself to be vulnerable, then pick yourself back up. Praise or criticism no longer holds immense power to send you soaring or plunging into despair. You listen, but you know where your true worth lies, independent of others' words. You understand that others' opinions are just that, opinions, which don't define you. This calmness shows you have a firm grasp of your self-worth, not easily swayed by external forces. You know who you are, and that's enough. Praise doesn't inflate your ego, criticism doesn't crush your spirit. You stand firmly on your own ground. You feel comfortable, even enjoy having time alone. Loneliness is no longer a fear. You find joy in reading, listening to music, taking solitary walks, or simply observing the world pass by. Time alone becomes precious moments to connect with your inner self, to listen to your inner voice without distraction. You realize that you, as a person, are a fascinating world in yourself. Solitude is no longer frightening, it becomes a friend. You don't need external noise to mask an inner void. You no longer obsess over what others think of you. You know your worth isn't tied to popular opinion or superficial judgments. You live authentically, not to please anyone else. This freedom liberates you from the burden of expectation, allowing you to be your complete self. It's like shedding a heavy coat you've worn for too long, letting your soul breathe. You don't need to perform anymore. You easily forgive others, and yourself, when they make mistakes, not holding on to grudges. This compassion stems from inner peace. You understand that everyone makes mistakes, and forgiveness frees you from the burden of resentment, opening your heart to better things. Holding on to anger only weighs you down. Forgiveness isn't about them deserving it, it's about you deserving peace. It frees you from the chains of the past. You feel excited about your life, having your own hobbies, passions, and not needing someone else to do everything with. You have a rich inner world, a self-sustaining source of positive energy, and you're willing to share it, rather than seeking someone to fill boredom or emptiness. Your life already has its own vibrant colors, and you don't need anyone else to paint them for you. You are the artist of your own life, and you love the colors you already possess. When faced with problems, you find ways to solve them calmly, instead of blaming others or yourself. You accept responsibility for your part and focus on finding solutions, showing maturity and self-reliance in how you face challenges. You understand that shouting or complaining solves nothing, it only makes things more complicated. You look problems straight in the eye, neither avoiding nor running from them, and you trust in your ability to overcome them. You stop comparing yourself to others on social media or in real life. You understand that everyone has their own journey, their own story, and comparison only leads to unnecessary exhaustion and feelings of inadequacy. You focus on your own path, on your own growth, undisturbed by external glamour. You know that every flower is beautiful in its own way, and so are you. You no longer try to be a copy of anyone else but focus on becoming the best version of yourself. The inner pull, when you're at peace, others will feel it when you are wholehearted, no longer seeking external validation or compensation, a subtle yet powerful transformation occurs. You begin to emit a different kind of signal, no longer one of inadequacy, clinging, or fear of abandonment. Instead, you radiate a very unique, very real energy, genuine self-assurance, no need for fanfare. You believe in your worth, not waiting for anyone else to validate you. This self-assurance isn't about grand declarations, it shows in how calmly you handle situations, how confidently you stand by your choices. Others will sense your stability, your security, and an undeniable authenticity about you. They see you as reliable, not easily swayed by circumstances or popular opinion. When you are steady from within, you don't need to prove anything to anyone, and that very quality creates a powerful magnetism. It's the confidence that comes from knowing who you are, not from what you have or what others think of you. A natural, unforced smile, your happiness comes from within. You are content with your life, with what you have, not waiting for someone to bring you joy or needing to do something to make others laugh with you. That smile is genuine, radiating from an inner contentment, like a flower blooming on its own, not needing constant watering from external sources. It invites genuine connection because everyone is drawn to someone who exudes inner peace and self-generated happiness. It's not a polite smile, it's the smile of a peaceful soul. This smile spreads warmth, without any pretense. Clear boundaries, protecting yourself, you know your worth, so you also know what you'll accept and what you won't. You clearly express your limits. For example, you won't tolerate being lied to, you won't allow your time to be disrespected, you won't let anyone take advantage of your kindness. This doesn't make you distant or unapproachable. On the contrary, it automatically helps you filter out those who would exploit or disrespect you, and only attracts those who truly value you. This is how you protect yourself, showing deep self-respect, and it's a clear signal to the right person that you are someone of value, deserving of kindness and integrity. Anyone seeking a real relationship will appreciate this. Having boundaries is like having a private door that only opens for those who genuinely wish to enter, not for every knock. You are no longer afraid to say no to protect your space and energy. No longer chasing, but naturally meeting. When you are wholehearted, you don't need to strive to impress, to play a different role, or to change yourself to please someone. You are your complete, authentic self, without pretense. And the person who comes into your life will be someone who genuinely fits who you are. This is incredibly important. If you constantly perform an image you think others want to see, you will only attract people who love that image, not your true self. Such relationships will eventually become exhausting and fall apart. But when you live authentically, you will attract someone who loves the real you. This relates to a profound idea. Once you confidently accept every aspect of yourself, even the parts you once tried to hide, you no longer unconsciously seek others to complete you or to conceal what you feel you lack. You stop projecting your expectations or fears onto others. You take the reins of your own life, no longer leaving it up to external forces. That's when you truly free yourself from unseen psychological burdens. Love, at this point, is no longer a desperate search, or an attempt to patch up inner deficiencies. It's like two streams flowing in the same direction, naturally meeting and merging. Love isn't about finding a missing piece, it's about two individuals, already whole, coming together to create a richer, more beautiful picture. The relationship develops organically, without pressure or heavy burdens. It's a partnership of two peaceful souls, walking life's path together. You bring joy, they bring joy, and together you multiply the good things. Love isn't everything, it's a wonderful part of your life. Signs that you've met the right person. The right person isn't flawless, but they are someone who can help you build a truly healthy relationship. They aren't there to solve your problems, but to face them with you. They don't bring unrealistic expectations or burdens, but rather companionship and understanding. Here's what you'll feel: you can be yourself, without pretense. They love you for who you truly are, even in moments of weakness or when you make mistakes. You don't need to hold back or put on an act. You're not afraid of judgment or rejection. This is incredibly liberating. Because when you've learned to accept all parts of yourself, others will find it easier to accept you too. They aren't drawn to a mask you do, but to your authentic self. You can freely express joy, sadness, even silly things without hesitation. That feeling of being completely yourself is a wonderful freedom. You no longer need to perform or try to please. You are simply you, and that is enough. They will see you at your most beautiful when you are just you. They respect your space and boundaries. They understand you have your own life, your own passions, and moments when you need to be alone. They don't try to possess your entire time or life. This respect demonstrates maturity and an understanding of personal value. They don't violate the rules you set for yourself, but support you in maintaining them. Like two stars in a galaxy, moving together yet maintaining their own orbits, without collision. They understand you are an independent individual, and that doesn't diminish their love for you. They encourage you to soar higher. They don't see your success or strengths as a threat. Instead, they are the first to applaud and encourage you to dream bigger, to challenge yourself. They want you to grow, not to be limited. They are your companion, not your rival. They don't pull you back, they move forward with you. They aren't jealous of your accomplishments, they are proud of them. They are a pillar of support, an invisible source of encouragement. The relationship is balanced and respectful, both voices are heard, both have the right to express themselves and be listened to. There's no imposition or attempt to control. Every decision is discussed, every emotion acknowledged. Neither side has to give in unconditionally or feel lesser. This is a balance where both feel heard and equally valued. This respect is a solid foundation, not a concession. It's a journey together, not a submission. You feel safe and at ease, there are no groundless worries, no exhausting arguments. You feel trusting and relaxed when you're with them. This peace is a strong foundation for a lasting relationship, where both feel nurtured and secure, without needing to be defensive or hide anything. It feels like you've found a peaceful harbor in life. You can let your guard down, knowing you're safe. Two souls resonate on core values. While hobbies might differ, you both share important beliefs and principles about life, such as family, honesty, how to treat others. This resonance isn't just superficial, it's rooted in deep values, creating a strong bond that allows you to easily understand each other and move in the same direction. You see eye to eye on important matters, even if your paths are slightly different. It's an understanding that needs no words, a connection from deep within. They don't come to rescue, but to walk alongside. You are already happy within yourself. They come to share that joy, to enrich your life, not to fill voids or patch you up. This relationship is a partnership of two whole individuals, walking life's path together, supporting each other without dependency. It's like two healthy trees, reaching for the sun together, not one needing to cling to the other for support. You are two pieces that fit together naturally, without forcing or altering. One step at a time, no rush. This is what you can do, little by little, to build a strong spirit within yourself, ready to welcome good things. Remember, this isn't a magic formula, but a process that requires patience and kindness toward yourself. Take time to listen to your inner voice. Every day, find a quiet moment, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. Sit down, close your eyes for a few moments. Simply breathe and observe what's floating in your mind, in your body. Don't judge, just listen. This helps you understand your deeper thoughts and emotions, the unconscious drives that influence you. When you truly understand yourself, you won't be blindly controlled by them. That's when you start taking the reins of your own emotional ship. This is like dedicating time to understand your closest friend, who happens to be you. When your inner voice is heard, it will become clearer, and you'll find yourself with fewer inner conflicts. You'll notice those small voices, those silent longings you might have ignored before. This is a crucial first step in self-awareness. Write down 3 things you're feeling right now, whether it's sadness, joy, or exhaustion. Write genuinely, no need for beautiful words. Just let your emotions flow onto the page, you'll find your heart feeling lighter. Learn to embrace your imperfect parts. Do you have flaws, things you're not happy with? Everyone does. Instead of self-criticism, try treating yourself with kindness. Imagine you're comforting a younger sibling who's made a mistake. Accepting these aspects of yourself frees up blocked psychological energy, making you more complete and less vulnerable to external criticism, or even your own inner critic. You'll feel a significant weight lifted. True strength lies in daring to face and accept, not deny. This is precisely where we confront the shadow that Jung spoke of. The shadow isn't something evil to be eliminated, but a part of us that needs to be recognized and integrated. When you accept that you have moments of weakness, moments of selfishness, unnamed fears, you don't become worse. On the contrary, you become more authentic, more human. You no longer have to expend energy hiding or denying those parts. When you make peace with your shadow, you'll find it no longer controls you unconsciously. You won't unconsciously seek others to carry the parts you refuse to acknowledge in yourself. This is a crucial step towards individuation that Jung described, the process of becoming a complete, unique individual, undivided by inner conflicts. Next time you make a mistake, instead of saying "I'm so stupid," try saying, "It's okay, I'll learn from this." Be gentle with yourself, just as you'd want others to be gentle with you. Set personal boundaries for yourself. Think about what makes you uncomfortable in relationships. What are your limits that you don't want anyone to cross? Be brave enough to identify and protect them. Clear boundaries don't make you distant, instead, they show you respect yourself, and that attracts respect from others. You teach people how to treat you. The person who respects your boundaries is the person you need. That's how you establish your own worth. This isn't selfishness, it's necessary self-protection to prevent burnout or exploitation. Try saying no to a small request you don't want to fulfill but often agree to out of politeness. Start with small things, and you'll find yourself much stronger when you stand up for yourself. Nurture your soul's home, dedicate time to things you truly enjoy, even if it's just 15 to 20 minutes a day. Read a good book, listen to your favorite music, take a walk in the park, brew a warm cup of tea. Get enough sleep, eat balanced meals. When your body is healthy, your mind finds peace. This holistic self-care not only keeps you well but also cultivates positive emotions, building a solid foundation for inner peace. It's how you recharge yourself. Your soul deserves rest and love. This is when you create your own joy, independent of others. This helps balance various aspects of yourself, from logic to emotion, from physical to spiritual, and necessary harmony for a complete soul. Schedule a small self-date for yourself this weekend, just you. Dating yourself is also a wonderful way to love yourself. Live authentically from your heart. What do you value most in life? Sincerity, kindness, Independence. Let those values guide your daily actions. When you live true to your beliefs, you'll feel peaceful and proud of yourself. This authenticity will attract others who also live genuinely, creating a relationship that needs no pretense. Not everyone will understand you, but those who do will stay. You don't need to try to fit into any mold. This is when you express yourself, Jung's concept, not just your superficial ego. The self is the center of the entire psyche, encompassing both conscious and unconscious, and it's what you strive for when you become wholehearted. Living authentically means you're allowing yourself to lead, rather than being controlled by societal expectations or fears from an unintegrated shadow. When you live authentically, you radiate a genuine energy that cannot be faked. And that energy will attract people of similar frequency, those who can see and appreciate your true self. You don't need to perform to be loved. Try doing something you genuinely believe is right, even if others might not understand or agree at first. Listen to your inner voice, and bravely follow it. Finally, the journey of seeking romantic love is truly a journey back to finding love for yourself. When you've cultivated a garden of the soul filled with sunshine and sweet-smelling flowers, you won't need to search far and wide anymore. The beautiful butterflies, meaningful relationships, will naturally find their way to your garden. This is the goal of becoming a whole person, radiating from within, no longer swayed by deficiencies or external pursuits. This very wholeness creates a natural, unforced attraction. It's the process of individuation that Jung spoke of, becoming a complete, unique individual, undivided by inner conflicts. When you are a whole individual, you no longer see love as salvation or a cure. Love, at that point, is a sharing, a companionship between two peaceful souls, enriching life together. You don't need them to fill empty spaces, you want them there to create something even more wonderful with you. Start now. Don't wait for someone to come and make you complete. Begin this journey of wholeheartedness yourself. It's the most precious gift you can give yourself, and it's also the key to unlocking a truly real, lasting, and meaningful love story. Are you ready to write the next chapter of your life? Thank you for reading this far. If you found these words resonated with you, if you felt a glimmer of light in your own journey, don't keep it to yourself. Let these words spread, perhaps they are exactly what someone else needs to hear right now. Help love and psyche plant more seeds of love and peace. Like this video if you found it helpful. Every like is priceless encouragement for us to keep sharing genuine insights. Share this video with anyone you think might need to rediscover themselves, or needs a little guidance on their journey to find love. Who knows, your small share could ignite a big hope in someone's heart. Leave a comment below. Tell us your story, your thoughts on self-love, or your experiences after finding your own sense of wholeness. We are here to listen and walk with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the Love and Psyche channel to not miss our next profound and authentic content. Join us in building a community where everyone learns to love themselves first, so they can then love others truly and completely.